the next game, which is Leeds versus Tottenham. Leeds versus Tottenham. All right. So the first thing I notice is Spurs have a 67% win ratio playing away, whilst Leeds have a 33% win ratio playing at home. In terms of, so if we look at Leeds and Spurs, how they have performed in terms of looking at all the games they've played and how the points is broken down based on home or away. If we click on Leeds, they have currently got 8 points, right? So out of the 6 games, they've won 2 games, they've drew 2 games, and they've lost 2 games. And they are playing home against Tottenham, right? So let's see the home record. So if I click on home, you can see Leeds are kind of on the mid-table. Just looking at the home points, they have generated 5 points at home. So that is 1 win and 2 draws, which is not bad actually, because they haven't lost at home at all. And on the other hand, Tottenham, if we look at Tottenham, let's select away games, or let's deselect everything. Tottenham, however, they've got 11 points in total. They've won 3 games, they've drawn 2 games, and they've lost 1 game. And they're going to play away, so let's see how the away record is. Tottenham, where is Tottenham? Tottenham is at the top. Look at that. So Tottenham have, out of the 3 games they've played away to date, they've won 2 games and they've drawn 1 game. So this is very, very interesting because Spurs haven't lost away, whilst Leeds haven't lost at home. So it's going to be an interesting battle actually. If we look at the game so far, Leeds have recently drawn against Bournemouth. That was a very good game. Overall, they played home recently to Bournemouth. That was a draw. They've played with Newcastle at home. That was also a draw. And they've played Everton at home and they've won 1-0. On the other hand, if we look at Spurs when they played away to Brighton, they drew. They played away to West Ham, they won 3-0. And when they played away to Man City, they won 2-0. So they had an excellent start to the season. But recently, the form has been going down. Could this be a trend? I don't know. But let's have a thorough, detailed look at the team and the players. So if we select, how did they perform? Let's see. So Spurs, for Gameweek 6, you can see they've only generated 35 points as an entire team. 35 points is actually low, but if you look at the entire game week, we can see average. Usually we have games where there's teams getting over 80 points altogether, but you can see this current game week and the previous game week, there's not many greens at all. So it was a low scoring week in general. But Spurs, let me have a look. Spurs, Palina, I remember that was a last minute goal, wasn't it? He scored a last minute goal. He got 3 bonus points, 9 points in total, and they played against Wolves, right? So in general, I got Richarlison for my team in my wild card, and he was a bit disappointing with only 2 points. On the other hand, Leeds had generally a good game week 6. We can see Longstaff had got 15 points, and He scored a goal. He had an assist. He got 3 bonus points, and he got 2 defensive contribution points. Excellent, excellent stuff. And there was a very interesting statistic that I saw recently where the new promoted teams have generated a total of 23 points, I think, more than the past 10, 20 years. So the promoted teams are doing excellent. So to summarize, Leeds versus Tottenham, I actually think it might be a draw, because both teams haven't lost. In terms of Spurs haven't lost away, Leeds haven't lost at home. So it could be a game which is a draw. But at the same time, I do think there's going to be some goals in both sides. So it's worth investing in the top scoring players from both teams. Okay.